The Galactic Council's emergency session had been called for the third time in a century. Representatives from 47 species sat in their designated atmospheric pods, their various forms of communication creating a symphony of clicks, hums, and electromagnetic pulses that the universal translators worked overtime to decode. "The humans have done it again," announced Councillor Zixith, her crystalline form shimmering with what could only be described as exasperation. "The UES Defiance has returned from the Charybdis event horizon." A collective gasp rippled through the chamber. The Veltar representative's tentacles went rigid with shock, while the Korthani delegate's chitinous shell clicked nervously. "Impossible," stated the Xerion ambassador, his voice a harmonic blend of doubt and mathematical precision. "Our calculations are absolute. Nothing escapes Charybdis 7, not even light. We lost the research vessel Eternal Wisdom there 3 cycles. Hago." Councillor Zixith activated the holographic display. The image showed a sleek human vessel, its hull scarred but intact, drifting casually away from the swirling darkness of one of the galaxy's most feared gravitational anomalies. What made the image truly unsettling wasn't the ship's survival. It was the fact that someone had painted a crude, smiley face on the hull, right next to the words, "Black Hole Survivor," in bright yellow letters. The transmission logs show Captain Sarah Chen and her crew not only survived passage through the event horizon but somehow enjoyed it, Zixith continued, her voice betraying her disbelief. Admiral Korth of the Hegemony Defense Fleet leaned forward, his 6 eyes focusing intently on the display. "What do the humans claim happened?" "See for yourself." Zixith activated the recorded transmission. The hologram flickered, and suddenly Captain Sarah Chen's grinning face filled the chamber. Her short black hair was slightly disheveled, and there was an unmistakable gleam of excitement in her dark eyes. "Galactic Control, this is Captain Chen of the UES Defiance, reporting successful completion of what we're officially calling Operation Spaghetti Junction," she announced cheerfully. "We have successfully retrieved the Xerion research data from the Eternal Wisdom, and as a bonus, discovered something pretty incredible about gravitational time dilation that your scientists are going to love." The Xerion delegate's harmonic voice cracked. "The Eternal Wisdom data? But that's impossible. The ship was torn apart by tidal forces." Captain Chen's grin widened. "Well, that's what your models predicted. Turns out, human engineering has a funny way of disagreeing with physics when it's being unreasonable. My chief engineer Rodriguez figured out that if you modulate the quantum field generators in just the right pattern while playing really loud music, specifically something called death metal, you can actually surf the gravity waves instead of getting crushed by them." The chamber erupted in chaos. The Veltar representative's tentacles began flailing wildly while emitting what the translators could only render as profuse apologies to mathematics itself. "Furthermore," Chen continued, oblivious to the pandemonium she was causing, "we discovered that black holes make excellent shortcuts if you know what you're doing. We managed to cut 3 weeks off our return journey by taking what we're calling the Charybdis Express. My navigator, Lieutenant Park, wants to propose it as a new shipping lane." Councillor Zixith paused the transmission. "There's more. They've submitted a formal proposal to establish a extreme gravity tourism initiative with guided tours through the black hole for adventurous beings seeking the ultimate thrill ride." The Korthani delegate's shell clicked so rapidly it sounded like machine gun fire. "Tourism? They want to take civilians through a black hole for fun?" "The proposal includes complimentary t-shirts," Zixth added weakly. Admiral Korth stood slowly, his massive frame casting shadows across the chamber. "In 300 years of space travel, we have lost 17 ships to Charybdis 7. The humans lose 0 ships and want to turn it into a vacation destination." The transmission continued. "Oh, and one more thing," Captain Chen added, her expression becoming even more delighted. "We may have accidentally discovered a parallel universe on the other side. The Eternal Wisdom's crew is fine, by the way. They've been having a great time exploring. Apparently, in that universe, pizza was never invented, so they've become local celebrities by introducing it. They've asked if they can stay a few more weeks to help establish the first interdimensional pizzeria. The silence that followed was deafening. Finally, the ancient wise speaker of the ethereal collective, who had remained silent throughout the proceedings, began to emit the low, resonant tone that indicated deep contemplation. "In all my eons," the wise speaker intoned, "I have observed countless species reach for the stars. Some with caution, others with courage, many with wisdom. But only humans look at the most terrifying phenomena in the universe and ask, can we make this fun?" Counselor Zixith nodded solemnly. "The question before us now is whether to officially classify black holes as tourist destinations or natural disasters." "Why not both?" suggested the Veltar representative, who had finally stopped flailing. The motion carried unanimously. 3 months later, the first Charybdis Challenge tour launched with a waiting list of over 10,000 beings from across the galaxy. Captain Chen personally piloted the inaugural flight, and the only complaint filed was that the complimentary T-shirts ran out too quickly. The humans, as always, had found a way to make the impossible seem routine and the terrifying seem fun. The galaxy was learning to expect nothing less.